up to 577 edition of InvestData Trading Academy live with Ambrose. Yes, I'll tell you that this is the mid trading day of the week and the last week for the month of January. And markets across the globe are slightly in green. Let me use the language because most of the markets are in green. Even when the market looking up is not so strong, but I'll tell you, we're seeing influx of numbers coming both local market and mature market. These numbers is what determine how far the market will go from here. And also, all eyes are still on what on outcome of a Fed meeting today to hear the communique from there. What is the state of in terms of rate? Are they cutting? Are they leaving on change? These are the things that market is waiting for in a matured economy. But I believe that here in Nigeria, our market has opened on a marginal gain as we speak now. But let's start from what is happening happening in Asia as usual. Being the first market we look at every day as we come to this class. Look at what is happening in Asia. Asia market has opened in the green. Yes, at this hour we are seeing that yes, that most stocks in that region are looking up in green as a result of what gain from what from the tech companies, AI related shares ahead of what ahead of key US earnings that are also hitting in that, and also even as cautious cautions are still around, we need to see what the Fed will come out from. I mean, Fed, the Federal Reserve, the Bank of US, what will be the interest decision as we speak right now? Will it be a call for this the last last policy day meeting they are having? Is they coming out with a call? And I believe that later in the day we'll get to hear what is the outcome, and that is what market across the globe are waiting for, and that also have kind of keep most of the market kind of flat, but others are already moving in green. As I mentioned, that most tech companies that have been oscillating, even when the kind of sentiment towards valuation of these tech companies and IT related company, AI related company, but still we are seeing numbers coming there. Even the numbers are mixed, but market sentiment towards these companies are still positive. Prices are still going up. In Asia, and as we speak, these are the ones the pattern of what most markets there are around this hour. Yes, in that region, we expect to see more corporate earnings coming, and these numbers will determine what market will do. Even though we are seeing a fresh move in some market, which almost I see some optimism coming back in most of the market in the matured economy. When I mean by that, I'm talking of in Europe, in US, and also this Asia, and all also in Africa country. We're seeing that let's say in the kind of an optimism coming, fresh one as sort of numbers coming to the market. This will determine how far the market will go. Even seeing what happened in US the previous session, that yes, we saw that some activities in the market lifted some sentiment, and that also been extended in Asian market as we speak now. I'll tell you, the recent move is what will set affect the green. These are the major things that also will also help the market as we speak. Even when the tech heavy companies are also showing expect to read results. Like I say, we expect to see influx of numbers between now and Friday and early February. Yes, South Korea, South Korea and Hong Kong are the one leading Asia market, ahead of what US big tech earnings, hitting the market. That's why you can see that Asia market is already mirroring the optimism, in US market. That is what will happen now. Data center related names, we're seeing them are performing as investor position, ahead of what their earnings. And these earnings are likely to be positive, and that is why we're saying, Wednesday markets around the world are looking up. Our eyes are still on what on the Microsoft Corporation to read their number. Expect to see Meta, platform also to read their number. Tesla and all of that. We're seeing all of them. Apple, are due to read their number between today and tomorrow, Thursday. And these are what all eyes are out on this one. That is why I'm seeing the tech companies are the one moving the market now. But I think we're all watching to see what the number look like. The signal this company will give is very, very important. Let's see how their revenue going to go, and also their their bottom line at the end of the day. South Korea, as we speak now, is up by 2%. As Samsung, share is up by 1.5%. In in the market. These are the things that are spotted also. The index there. Hong Kong and Hong Kong is also up by all share index is up by 2.4%, with seeing Hang Tech also gaining climbing or gaining 1.5% as we speak. In the mainland China, blue chips companies also are seeing that the index are looking up, because those companies are looking up, and these have impacted the Shanghai SI 300 and the Shanghai Composite Index up by what? Each of them up by what? By 0.5. You can see that this market is up, and India is not left behind. Indians have also surged or not up by what? By 0.3% higher what it did yesterday at this hour. But I'll tell you, as Fed decision is remain largely nickel, pressure also continue by stronger yen. These are the things we are also seeing that. But I believe that at the end of the day, traders are watching to see the policy direction or policy statement that will come from the chairman of Fed. Knowing that this time also it's also accounting between now and May or mid-year to be leaving office for another person. Let's see how are they cutting rates, the potential to cut rate this year. These are the things. Or are there any shift from what the last outcome in the last year MPC meeting, policy meeting in that region? But I tell you that across Asia market, we are seeing positive momentum right away. Singapore is not so left behind, but I'll tell you that Singapore, let's see kind of a pullback in that market. We are seeing the market easing by 0.5, and that of Australia is also down by 0.2 so to speak. Yes, almighty, Japan index, the Nikkei 25 is also down by 0.6. I tell you the pressure there, and this is that is also pulling that stock, that index down as we speak. But what is happening also in the crude market, or what we call the commodity market, it's also very mixed right now, as the US supply and oil is also waving that market up and down right away. Yes, we look at what is happening in Europe. I say that Europe stocks also are slightly, just slightly, in red. I see that investors in that region are also digesting the influence of corporate earnings, while not cautiously awaiting the last interest rate decision that will be coming from what? From Fed, or any moment from now. But before they, as to speak now, I'll tell you that major index in that market, especially from Germany, we see that Germany index, which is DAS, is down by 0.1, and that of CAC in France is also down by 0.5, and that of London, which is a FTSE 100, is flat as we speak right now, and that is the state of market, the state of activities in that region. But I'll tell you that yes, Fed meeting prompt or caution. I want to say what's happening as investors in Europe have also shown a degree of caution ahead of what Fed interest rate decision lately today, and later today, and this is why we are seeing that the market is somehow, but even as strong gains in some tech related companies mentioned already, also ahead of the US mega cap earnings are lifted the benchmark there by S&P. But let's see, wait and see how it will go. But I tell you that also the US central bank also determine whether to keep rate or to cut or to leave unchanged today. This also tell you have a way of influencing the global market as we speak. Even as German consumer sentiment also is rising, which is a good one. So that yes, we expect that German consumer is set to improve in February as the forward looking consumer sentiment index rose by what 34.1%. This also from this is what we expect to see that likely. Then why the European Central Bank also meet next week also to see the outcome also. Let's keep our finger crossed as we expect all these information and numbers to shape the outcome of what of the market, and also some corporate action that we expect also to boost key activities or key sentiment, money flow, and what we expect to see more in this market across the globe. But I believe that as these numbers come, it has a way of fueling or kind of impacting the market positively. Yes, finally, we look at what is happening in US market. It's very, very important that we look at that market now. Let's tell you all eyes and what on the Fed decision, and as earnings continue to hit the market, and all eyes are more on what to see more corporate number coming between now and end of the week, Friday. But I tell you as we speak now, the US market is in the green. I will tell you most of index are mostly in the green. And as investors there or market players, they are also keeping their eyes on what on the key central bank interest rate announcement or decision that will come. In addition to what the earnings they are expected to determine how far the market will go today. Don't forget that the market where there is a positive number and there's money flowing, we expect to see prices going up. Let's wait and see what will see. But I say that good remain no high, hitting also a new high as we speak now. Even as China also, approve purchase of what of Nvidia, H200 chips for the first time. This I see what is going to play out in US. But right now, I tell that S&P and NASDAQ are in the green. Serious one, I could tell you even no even Dow Jones is a bit flat, but I tell these major ones are still in the green. As we speak now, I'll tell that Ambrose is just up by 0.1, almost flat, but while that of S&P is up by 0.4, and now so NASDAQ is up also by 1.0, that means 1% up already at this hour in that market. Most of the moving average, the main average or index in that market are the close missed on Tuesday, but this morning, as investor, look forward to this quarterly earnings and full year earnings, and miss expected outcome of Fed meeting was saying that stocks in that market, in US market, are looking up as we speak. And also, as also federal government also in that economy also federal government back medical Medicare Advantage premium next year. These are the things also. Even that analysts are still expected to see how can we on sentiment, and other insurance, under health insurance companies. Let's see how it goes in that market. But I'll tell you, trade are open positively in that market right now. US is a market that you can see that most players are able, as decision as all eyes are told forward to see the Fed decision at the end of the day. These are what is happening in that market right now as we speak. Yes, like I said, that crude oil price is still looking missed, and as earnings flood most of these markets today and before the end of the week. And good price, I told you, has moved up above now at 5,200 as we speak, as at this hour midweek. I could say that heavy demand for gold as people look forward to safe haven in this market. I saw a lot of uncertainties, policies, somersault, and all those stuff, not only in Nigeria, across the market and global economy, up and down, due tension. But we believe that yes, since Israel and the Hamas have released all the hostage for Israel, let's see how we move from there. China have approved, like I said earlier, to purchase Nvidia H200 as report has shown. Let's see what all this will play out in the market over there. But back then here to Nigeria, we're looking at our market is marginally in the green right now as we speak. But we don't forget that in any market you must pay attention what is happening there. But if you look at our market data right now, that we are still seeing a positive market. Our market has continued to side trend. Even as I showed here, the market has continued to side trend as we speak now, because the market is side trending. We see that market is moving onward on a sideways movement. But the good thing is that the market is still trading above the T line. That is ruling. But right now, I'll tell you that we're having a positive market, having a 30 advances against the 25 losers, 27 losers, and market is traded in a range of 165,713.81 and 165,811.38. Currently, market stood at 165,784.05, up by 70.22 basic point, representing 0.04% right now in the market. Good news that we're seeing that market is still up. But if you look at the chart I got displayed now, that's that the market is trending. And you can see if you look at this what we call InvestData, analysis, you can see that we're seeing that market, even as market is trending, the momentum is coming down. That's why I showed this. You can see that it's coming down. Say that momentum is coming down since the market. That's why market is waiting for a breakout or what, or a fake out. If we take this, let me draw this now right now for us to look at the market here. See from this level where the market is now, take it down here to where it is. Okay, take it to this level. You can see where the market is now. You can see that market is already on a on a side level, but you can see it from here. But market have not taken down this big candlestick here. You can see, but we expect that market should break out this upper resistance line we're seeing here. This is like someone support, or I said support is here, but now this is the means what we're looking at. If for market to come down, must break out all this now, take away everything that has been here before it can break down. As you speak now, market have also take up here and break out depending on the strength of the number between now and what and then Friday. And today we are looking at the talking number on Cadbury, talking number on what on Unilever, on Nigeria Flower, Northern Nigeria Flower Mill, and UPDC. Let's see what time permit us. But one thing that we are looking at the numbers in when I'm talking about number, I'm not talking about just only the present, I'm talking about the past and the future. What will shape these numbers? We know that numbers is very, very important when it comes to investing. And that means we must understand how to read this number perfectly, for you to really make effective use of the numbers. Understanding numbers on the on the stock market or in equity investing, the essential thing that you know that you must analyze, even go beyond the only the company activities. You also look at the numbers in terms of buying and selling is also very, very important. You look at all those indicators that will help you. You look at also what will change the prices. These are the things I say, not only looking at the present, the past and the future. What are the numbers say right now? What are the factors that will influence this number in the future? Because if you look at the numbers that are hitting the market today, they want to analyze. These are past activities that happen. What influence the market to the future is very, very important that every analyst, every investor will look at this because it represents a lot of sentiment. The past number that you are seeing may impact at present. What will shape the numbers we're going to expect? Especially we're looking at numbers that have hit the market now. These are one of the accounts for the full year 2025 and also the last quarter of 2025. Then what are we expecting to see in this current first quarter and also in 2026? It is the activities of what policies, activities of the people, where is money flowing to is very, very important. That's why paying attention to this number are very, very crucial that every investor at any given time should pay attention to because it helps you to understand what is happening in the market and how you can go about the market. This is the only way you can make what informed investment decision if you are using numbers to trade or you are investing with numbers, not just looking at the top line and the bottom line. You want to understand what also shape the number going to the future. When you're able to put all this into calculation or into your analysis or into your decision, it goes a long way to help you to make informed decision. Looking at these numbers, where they are coming from, what the government policy affecting that sector, what are the things we are also expect that will shape this number further into the future. Once you're able to factor all this into your decision, it goes a long way for you as a trader or investor to stand on these figures and make what valid or informed investment decision, especially when you are using numbers to pick stock and also paying attention to your technicals for you to know the right price to buy because these are very, very important that we need to know. When numbers are good, it's also okay, but what is the right price for you to buy that stock? That is where you must pay attention to your technicals anytime, any day, even when the numbers are too strong, too impressive. You don't just rely on the numbers alone. You must also pay attention what are the factors behind this number, how far will this number go. Once you have that at the back of your mind, I'm telling you, you are good to go. And that is where you can make that informed decision. I'm saying that we must combine all this, what has happened and where we are going to make what we informed investment decision is very, very important for us to have it at the back of our mind. That anytime, any day, we need all those figures to make what informed decision. Let's quickly move to those companies now. I'll start from Unilever. First, you can see it here. Let's look at Unilever number now. Now, yes, I mentioned it one of the class, but today we're looking at the consumer goods number that hit the market. Yes, for adding UPDC, but let's look at this consumer goods. What is it telling us? What are the factors responsible for these impressive numbers we are seeing from these companies? It's very, very important that we notice at the you and I should also have it at the back of our mind. What are the factors that push it? This does the quarterly number. Then look at the figure aspect. Sorry. Okay, it's down here. Let's look at the P&L, the loss account. The one I'm just showing up here now. This is for the for the quarter, the last quarter of the year. For the fourth quarter of 2025. As I said, this figure I refer to what the last activities is the 3 months that end December, right from October. You can see that the company revenue was up. You can see it here from 45.9 billion to 59.3 billion. At the end of the day, the bottom line is where you and I are paying attention, even when other incomes have come one or the other, and also but what every investor want to look at, even when finance income or finance costs are affected, you want to pay attention at the end of the day, what belongs to you and I, because that is where we pay attention. If you look at this fourth quarter, you can see that this company has probably doubled 100% performance. See that the bottom line moved from 4.8 or 4.9 billion to 8.8 billion at the end of the day, and that translated to what? To an earning per share of what? Of 1 naira 52 kobo against 80 kobo 2024. This is good news for for Unilever. And I'll tell you, if you look at the whole year, for unaudited account for 2025 and the audited one in 2024, you can see that there's a great movement in terms of price performance. Yes, we know that these companies are enjoying a stable exchange rate. They can plan. At the same time, their market have expanded since how this Africa trade zone have been a plus to this industry, because they are not selling to Nigeria. They are having to move their goods outside the shore of Nigeria, and they are earning dollars. All this, even also, like I said, most of them also I also invested. We're seeing their finance in cost and interest also impacting positively on their performance. You see that this company also, they are doing, you can see market having positive treasury, you can see all these are way of also, I believe that these are how most companies are, instead of putting their money, like they trade with their money. That's why I say, finance income. How do they are not stockbroking firm, they are not a bank, but there's a way they can also put their money, if they are not going to use to put role in any treasury, any fund, they can put their money to work for them. At the end of the day, it comes as what? As return for the day. You can look at this top line now, it's all moved from more than the top line is up by 44%. Well, that's a good one. If you remember in this class, I stated that anytime you are looking at top line and bottom line, it must be two times what? Two times inflation. Today, our inflation is around what? Around 15.15. If we times by two, that's that this company has always beat inflation, even the bottom line. And also, if you inflation go down, it helps you to make clear analysis what is happening. Actually, you must see that the company top line and bottom line is two times of population inflation anytime, any day. That you can see that this company is also making money. It's also give you a sign of where the company is going. For those that are marginally below that, it's not a bad, but you have that the company that must be more than that. Two times. Inflation for me is a good one for UPD. For Unilever, moving from 149. Yes, you have seen this number already, I know. But let's look at the top line. When a company will able to grow a top line by almost 44%, for me, it's no. And also the bottom line about 103%. That means three digits already we are seeing in the figure from one for Unilever. It's a pointer. Yes, you might say yes, at the end of the day, what is the earning per share? I think that is where every one of us are looking at. Earning per share of 5 naira, 35 kobo, 5 naira 40, we want to put it against 2 naira. Yes, they must double their earnings, but we agree. But what will be going out as dividend? Already they are paying dividend of what? Of 50 kobo before now. Are they going to pay the whole dividend? Are they paying 4 naira? These are the things we want to look at. That's why I say price have gone ahead of this number. How far will this anything coming support dividend, or anything another phase in the market entirely? Because you see a shift in price movement, that means all eyes will be what this company will be doing in 2026, because we know that in 2025 we saw how there's a shift in price, and so we're seeing that the market is being appreciated. Why? Because price have gone up before. There is now that assets in terms of stock are also appreciating because of company market perception inflows into the market. These are what we want to see how company performance can also go ahead also to support this price is what is very, very important. In 2026, we want to see reposition of these companies, where numbers are coming. Yes, we are seeing improving market data. How it's going to play on this company performance is very, very important. Let me not dwell on this all the time in Unilever, but I know you have seen this result. For me, this is a good number. If you go and see, because you don't just look at only a PRL, look at the balance sheet. Here, consider the assets of the company also was up. Good one, can see how the assets the assets move. Total assets move from 141.6 billion to 170. This is good. This is massive growth in there. At the end of the day, you want to look at what is the company liquid assets, or call probably what's it called, net asset. But if you look at here, I can tell you that the company retained earnings also is looking good, and also that is possible. They can pay good dividend. Or look at their retained earnings from 25.4 billion to 46.4. Good one. It's a good one, and the other is one for account support. Finally, let's not forget that I said that operating cash flow is very, very key in any analysis, especially for operating manufacturing companies and all that. You need to know, are they meeting up to their word? Is very, very important. That operating cost is very operating cash flow is very, very key. If you look at here, I think the operating cash flow moved from as an audited account in 2024 was about 14.5 or 14.5 billion to now 47.1 billion. You can see, and you can see also that cash flow from investment was seen as turning positive. Good for me is a good one. That means they do less investment. Oh, you can see also we're seeing a cash from financing activities. They are all here. They are looking good for me. It's a good one for the company. Let's quickly look at Cadbury. Even though that is where we'll stop today, I know that Northern Nigeria Flour Mill was not looking good because the red number is giving us another flag for their third quarter, for their 9 months account. But we're seeing this one from for full year 2024-5 are looking good. If you look at those having a kind of what we call a glass look on this Cadbury number is a positive number. Also, I would say if you look at the audited account for 2024 and the the unexpected audited that will come by March, but looking at the unaudited now, expected to see the audited that will come with reward. But looking at this figure, you can see that there's a great move from 129.2 billion to president. Also, don't forget I said you must look at almost 31, put somewhere what we just said, that your top line and bottom line should be 2 times inflation, even more. And we're seeing that it's almost there. For me, it's a good one for the company. And if you look at the profit for the period or for the year for 12 months 2025, even when this was unaudited number, we can see that the movement from a negative position of what of 22 billion. We can see it here to a 12.1 billion. For me, 154 gain. It's a good one, and that also reflected also on their earning per share from a loss of earning per share of what of 9 naira. So you can see that we're having a 5 naira 30 kobo right now as we speak as earning per share. For me, it's a good one that we should also to pay attention to. But let's quickly look at more detail of this number. I know that our time is fast spent already given a sign here, but let's see what we can go. If you look at the Cadbury, let's pay attention to the shareholders or equity equity holding of the company. Yet assets will know that assets has gone up from 33 to yet we agree, and that also at the end of the day, what let's say the equity formation of this company is very, very important. The net assets of the company is very, very key. Let's see what happened. Is this company still in a loss? Yes, you can see that they are still having a retained loss of 25 0.2 billion against 37. This also is coming down. This is also tell that the company is still need to do more because they need to wipe away their retained loss. Are we expecting to see dividend from here? If they come to come, how much? Because don't forget that as they are in retained loss, yes, they can pay dividend, but I tell you, they have to look at balances very well. Let's see what come out from them. But I tell you that for most companies, they want to come out from their loss position before they start rewarding. But if they can do work of financial engineering, find ways of paying because they probably about I would say expect dividend much or dividend at all for this company. They are moved from just a loss position into year. For that, I'm not expecting dividend so that you think twice where you are putting your money at this time. This result will not support dividend period. Don't move from negative of to this, let's say after they will go this year in 2026. This is what we attention we're looking at more. Now they are back to profit. Let's say after they go to do in 2026. It's very, very important. I will pay attention and look that direction. That is what I would expect us to do than looking at it. But if fine, you might pay dividend, but I tell you, the possibility is very, very slim. Also, if you look at the cash flow in terms of operation, if you check from here, I'll tell you that here the cash flow for operation has also is flat here. Yes, flat. You can see it here. It does inch up here. The net cash flow from operation from 20.1 million to 20.4, just marginally flat. That's what I'll say. But quick one before I just even though didn't go to no to UPDC. Let's look at just look at what is happening in northern Nigeria. This 9 months account, but this 9 month account is coming with a lot of disappointment for many investors. Seeing that there's a decline of how many percent we are seeing in this top line and bottom line are in red as we speak in this company. What does it tell you? What does it point you to? These are the things that you should pay attention to because I tell you, if every investment again in the future, we don't joke with something like this, even when we're expecting that yes, what's happening in that company, looking at even Nigeria Flour Mills have been listed and the Honeywell and this still coming back as to one. You need to have this at the back of your mind. But if not, the one you are seeing what is happening there, you must pay attention to it. This number that came for me is not really impressive. You can see the 9 months position here. These are the 3 months for the last quarter of 2025. But for the 9 months, you can see there's a decline of almost 38% decline in terms of the top line, and also what are the 4% decline in bottom line. You can see it for yourself here. Let's pay attention to it. What does it signal? What does it protect? What does it tell you in terms of this company? The price justify what is selling today, or is it the way of the company to kind of discourage people to go and sell in panic? And also, for we are seeing we want to buy people out. Let's understand all this and look at what the number itself is also pointing you where they are going. Even though they have their retained earnings are also declined for this period. From can see a lot of things have changed in their numbers. Is this what we're going to see in the future? That's why you must pay attention to this. But because of our time now, because already giving me sign, I need to stop here. We might do more numbers on Wednesday, hopefully as more companies are releasing their earnings, but we'll do more comprehensive analysis on what in after today's section. We'll be looking at the numbers that have come to what in this first month of the year, and also how can we navigate this number and expectation of policies that will come in February from for the CBN, Central Bank, and others. But what to navigate this number? Those that will pay dividend in February, how can we navigate? Actually, by that Saturday, we have seen more numbers and we can now dwell more on them and also give you insight on how to use this number to make work informed investment decision. On this note, I will say thank you. See you on Friday. Hopefully, by God grace. Cheers and bye.